and then you got rained out. What was it like to finally race on the Elkin, North Carolina facility, a track that I've seen both be dirt and asphalt over the years, and it's under new management, and it looks like they're doing well, and they're also a fast track weekly sanctioned track again after about 7-8 years as well.
Oh yeah, we've run up apprenticeship a good many times, but I won my first fast track won my first tour and crate race up there. I think it was an NDRA race, and we won a class race up there 2 years ago. So this place is pretty good to us, and I have a lot of help that they really stand behind me. And of course, I got to thank my dad, Tim, Jason, my girlfriend Brina, Mike, Dalton, Landon. There's a lot of people that really play a big role into this. All my sponsors, of course, Clot Synthetics, Playerhead Incorporated, Eubank Soil Company, Mechanical Edge. Like I said, I can't thank everybody enough that's got me to where I'm at today, and I really do appreciate it.
I'll tell you, last question for you. I want to send a shout-out to Eileen Collins-Love from Florida, the Tough Muff sprint car team owner, leader in the points, is leading the way for the Southeastern Sprint Car Series. She's joining us on Finish Line. Hello to Eileen. Brett Ham, he was on last week talking about his big win at Fayetteville in the Carolina Clash event. You guys will be at Fayetteville this weekend, a matter of fact, for the Boom City event. But before I let you go, big race coming up this weekend or next weekend, Virginia Motor Speedway, the 20,000 to win King of the Commonwealth. In addition to that, 50,000 to win Fast Track World Championship on national television on MAV TV. Are you planning to put a crate motor in, put a Pro Late model motor in one of those cars and try to run for that big race in September, Zach?
I'd love to, but right now we're trying to concentrate on the super race, and we're trying to, be 110% at that. I'd love to put a crate motor in, to run that race, but just for right now, we're just gonna concentrate on our super racing and just try to be the best we can.
I completely understand that. You're the defending Ultimate Series champion, and you're trying to go for 3 now.
Yep, we plan on running every race this year, so hopefully we can come away with a title again.
Well, bud, get those haulers fixed. Did you finally get your hauler problem fixed?
Yeah, we finally got it took care of, and it's ready to get back on the road.
There you go. Well, listen, Zach, thank you so much, buddy, for taking the time to be on Finish Line. Continued success throughout the rest of the 2018 or 2019 racing season, and I'll see you at the racetrack next week, actually. I'll see you at Virginia Motor Speedway.
Yeah, look forward to it.
No problem, buddy. Thank you so much for being on. Zach Mitchell. Again, call him Kid Quick, call him Easy Z, whatever the voice of the Ultimate Series, Tommy Tedder, will come up for him. A super, super great young man. And I have literally known Jennifer Mitchell, his mom, all the great people there, Todd Mitchell, all the great people there that are behind that young man and his successes and what he's gone from. So continued success for Zach Mitchell from Enoree, South Carolina, now living in Woodruff, South Carolina, and definitely one of the best when it comes to Super Late model racing in this region, and very, very respected at that. More in a moment. We will go to the lines and we will talk to the Mac Daddy himself, Dale McDowell. This is Finish Line.
CrateInsider.com is your one source for crate racing tech and more. Whether you currently race with a crate engine or you are thinking about getting into the sport, our website has what you need. CrateInsider.com has tech videos, interviews with experts, and the best products in the industry. Dyno tested and proven, so we know they're the best products for crate engines. Visit CrateInsider.com today to get on the fast track to victory lane.
All About Wraps strives to offer our clients with fast, affordable service with race wraps starting at only $500. From go-karts to national touring teams and everything in between. Late models, modifieds, sprint cars, midgets, asphalt cars, and we'll even decal your helmets. Wraps, design services, and promotions. Everything we offer at All About Wraps. Contact us today to see what we can do for your team. Give us a call, 410-903-3302. Email us at allaboutraps@hotmail.com and visit us on Facebook at All About Wraps. This is Chris Nunn from the Sling and Dirt Podcast and the announcer at Twin Cities Raceway Park in North Vernon, Indiana. And you're listening to The Finish Line with the hashtag king himself, Wesley Outland.
This is Finish Line.
Welcome back to the program. Finish Line is on the air for this April the 10th, 2019. Wesley Outland back here with you. We are getting ready to go back to the phone lines, and we are getting ready to join the Mac Daddy himself, Dale McDowell. Jim O'Shields chiming in on the chat box as we were on radio timeout. What's your take on Movie Land Speed Park and Reno Fontana? Jim... Okay, so here's the situation I'm under. There is currently a contract that has been negotiated with Fast Track Companies International in regards to pro late model racing sanctioning out there at Movie Land Speed Park. So, with that being said, not trying to ruffle anybody's feathers or not trying to ignore your question, I'm not at liberty to say. And I don't want to say anything that is going to be detrimental in the event that the track does successfully open up, goes in business. And one of my comments, even though this is not a Fast Track show, I am the voice of Fast Track Racing Series and Fast Track Companies International in the PR department. It comes back to reflect on that. So, again, right now, I think it's devastating off the record what's going on with Movie Land Speed Park, and I hope that they can finish it and fix it and alleviate the issues, all the problems they got going on, because obviously we don't need to have as many tracks shut down as we have going on in today's world. So, with that being said, I hope that Reno Fontana and the lady and everyone else that's involved with there at Movie Land Speed Park can get things fixed and hopefully keep that track up and going. But from what I've been hearing from other people about that track in Chandler, Indiana, there's not been no work done to that place. There's not been any infrastructure, any remodeling, any updating, any nothing done. But they're hell-bent and content that they're going to race. But, hey, it's almost mid-April, and we've not had a car on the racetrack yet, and racing season started for a lot of racetracks up in the Northeast and the Midwest area where they're at in the Hoosier State 2 weeks ago. So they're 2 weeks behind the 8 ball. But, again, I'm not going to say anything bad. Hopefully they can turn things around and can get back into business. So thank you for let me answer that in the nicest way possible, I guess is the nicest way of saying it. We're going to go to the phone lines now, and we are getting ready to holler and chat things up with the driver that they call the Mac Daddy, Dale McDowell, somebody that I've had the privilege to know in the motorsports world for so many years, in the 17M, whenever he was driving for Clint Boyer, all the great accolades that he has done, the successes along the way, running for, of course, now the 17M, Sweet Bloomquist chassis from Chickamauga, Georgia, had probably one of the most exciting, wildest finishes at the National 100, and I called that between him and Scott Bloomquist in 2017. Dale McDowell, the Mac Daddy, he always talks about retiring, but he's still kicking it. Dale, welcome to Finish Line. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Great, my friend. Thank you so much for taking the time to be on. I know you got a lot of crazy busy schedules in your life.
Yeah, we've been busy the past several weeks. Had a lot going on. A little bit of the racing, and I promoted the Lucas race there at North Georgia, so that was busy. And then we had a driving school Monday and yesterday, so it's been pretty busy for the past several days.
And by the way, props to My buddy, roll call, Ross Bales, got himself a big win at 411 Speedway on Friday night with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. And then Saturday night, you guys had a great show there at Chatsworth, Georgia. Talk about that real quick.
We did. We had an awesome crowd and a lot of support. The racetrack, I raced, and the racetrack ended up being a little rough. We had a lot of rain down there. We had it rained for about 12 hours on Thursday night and Friday morning. So it was a little skeptical with us getting it in, but we had awesome weather on Saturday, and so everything turned out. Just the track conditions was a little rough for the racers, but all in all, it was a good show. So I was honored to be a part of it, and to keep the top series, one of the top series, some of their programs in our area, and where I kind of grew up racing. So it's pretty neat to be a part of.
Definitely. We are talking with the Mac Daddy, Dale McDowell from Chickamauga, Georgia. That is truly his hometown, Chickamauga, Georgia. And where is Chickamauga, Georgia located at, Mac Daddy?
Chickamauga is just south of Chattanooga there, about 10, 12 miles. And there's actually a national military park there. And so Chickamauga is just a small, I think they've got 3 red lights now. So, but I live right on the outskirts of it. And, so it's just kind of down in the country and just a small place and just good old fashioned country people.
And by the way, Mackie Flood, one of the best in kart track promotions and also with track prep, says, Dale McDowell, I can help you with that rough track problem. Just hit me up whenever you're ready.
Tell him we needed help with Mother Nature.
Definitely. And a lot of people don't realize that, Dale, obviously you have, not only in addition to being one of the respected dirt track racers in the entire country, because I believe you're in that caliber of Billy Moyer and Scott Bloomquist and so many great other successors along the way before you. And you've had some many great successes as well. And what gets me, though, is, we've known each other for a long time, and you said, well, I'm going to step away from the car, I'm going to cut back. But it seems like, even though you say you want to cut back and kind of, take it easy for a little bit, you get wide full-time open again. Like, there's no stopping Dale McDowell. You're racing full-time. You're running either regionally, not nationally, or national events. You're running the big shows. You've got the car program. You have the driver school. You're promoting a racetrack. I know at one point you was promoting Boyd Speedway. Now you're doing North Georgia. You wear a lot of hats.
Well, our schedule has been crazy just because last year I think we ran 40 races, I think, and regional and some national events too. But it's been crazy over the past couple of years because Shane, my brother, which owns all the racing stuff now, he does development programs with Anna Parkhurst and a couple others, we do some stuff with. And so our schedule kind of revolves around what's going on with their schedule. And so we never know for sure where we're going to race, but it's a lot of fun doing it the way we do, because if we're ready, we go. If we're not ready, we don't go. We're not tied to any kind of point systems, or anything. And so it's just it's enjoyable to do that, and so we have raced a little bit more last year, and several years ago we didn't race quite as much, because we were more busy with the development stuff and working with different people in the development programs. So, but it's actually been, a lot of fun, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to be 53 here in next month, and so I'm going to do it till I can't keep up, and then when those young guys start whipping up on me, and I'll step back a little bit more. But right now I'm having fun.
What's your take on, obviously you drive a sweet Bloomquist chassis. What's your take on Scott and what's going on with him? And, is everything still going to be the same for you as far as getting chassis and stuff from him?
Yeah, I think so. My brother Shane handles all of that, and their shop's up there, and so I think they've, I don't think anything will change on our end. He's got some things going on, obviously business-wise and personal too, with what's happened to him, and but I think everything it'll be back to normal before long. People make such a big deal out of things, and
right.
And when people have the changes, So I don't think it's going to be much different. I mean, obviously I'm not in that part of it on the day to day, and but I don't foresee any changes, with our program or affiliation with Scott or Sweet Blomquist or any of that.
Definitely. What Eldora Speedway this year, the dream, paying $125,000 to win. This is going to be the first race since they did the Dirt Million in 2000, where they paid $1 million. And, of course, the $1 Million Man out of Dresden, Ohio, Donnie Moran, won that event. $125,000. What's your take on that at Eldora coming up in June for the Dirt Late Model Dream this year?
Well,